That's a spoiler song. We're not playing that song. Spoiler songs? Not here. Hello, everybody. Ba-bam! Oh my gosh, is that when important stuff happens in the story? No! Nonsense. Hi. Welcome to the stream, everybody. What's up? How are you all doing? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday afternoon, DOOGER. Hope everyone's having a good weekend. Yeah, likewise. We've had a very good morning. Lately, the play on the weekends has been that Sam and I hang out, like we have family time in the late afternoon on Saturday, and then Sam and I have like a date night Saturday night. And then because Sam and I go to bed at the same time on Saturday, he gets up when Clark and I get up on Sunday, and then we spend the whole morning together on Sunday, which has been very nice. It's very sweet. I like it. So we made breakfast this morning, but realized that like all of our dishes and utensils have just gone missing, which is great. So we like made all this food, and then we were like, what are we putting this food on? What are we eating with? What's the plan here? So we had to like frantically clean a bunch of stuff. Yeah, they've just gone missing. We only ever have like 2 forks that we can find at a time. Like, I know we own at least 10 forks. Where are they? It's so weird. But what are you going to do? My mother-in-law has started building her greenhouse. So that's exciting. They found a weird, big, like very, very heavy bookshelf on the property. I might have told you guys about this. There's like a big bookshelf that we found on the property that's like solid wood. So it's so heavy. But I had talked about how I think because we have so many animals on the property, it might be cute instead of like, because Clarky's like fully committed to the idea of giving every animal a tombstone if when they die. So I was like, oh, maybe we could do that cute thing that people do with old bricks where they paint the bricks to look like a book. It's like, what if we got like a bookshelf that we kept outside, and anytime an animal passes away on the property, we paint a brick, because there's lots of brick that we've like kept from buildings and stuff that we've torn down so far. It's like, what if we took one of those bricks, painted it like a book, and then took a picture of that animal and put it as like the cover on the book, and then sealed it, and then we'd have like this cute outdoor bookshelf that's kind of like a remembrance place, which everybody seems down for. Nobody wants to paint them, which is fine. I will paint all of them. I'm fine with that. I will paint all of them. But there's doing an art project for animal graves feels rather grim. I don't think so. To have like a nice place that has like, you know, a thing that is in remembrance of all of the animals, and a huge bookshelf can hold a bunch of those, you know. As we add more and more and more animals, it's just not going to make any sense to have like a cemetery situation for them. So, I don't know. I like the idea of having a spot, and we can put like a cute little, like, Clark really wants one of, my mom and dad have a bench that rocks. It's a rocking chair, but it's a bench. And she wants us to find one of those so bad. So we could put that next to it and just have like a cute little spot. Grow some flowers over there or whatever. But yeah, so, but I need to get, that bookshelf that they found is perfect for it. And I can't even lift that motherfucker. I can't even lift it. So I need to get like Sam and his dad or something. I love that I might be stealing it. Go for it. Go for it. I kept seeing that project where people like take bricks and paint them to look like their favorite books and use them as outdoor decor. If you haven't seen that before, that's also a very cute idea. If you're really into books, you can use them and just like put them around your garden as like garden decor. I don't know. And I was like, that's really cute. I don't know what books I would do though. And then a guy was doing that project, and he literally would just like take a picture of the book that he liked or the book that he wanted it to look like, and he would paint the whole thing to like match the color of the cover, but then just take like a high quality print of the actual cover and then paste it on there. And I was like, that makes sense. That cuts down on time a lot, right? And that's when I thought to myself, oh, you just print off a picture of a person or an animal, or we should do that. Anywho, so that's one of the projects that I really want to do. Are you building a zoo? We just have a lot of animals, and it feels like we're just gonna be getting more. So I'm determined to let the pigs out today, because they need to be out with us, dude. They need to be out hanging out with us. This morning, so we made breakfast, and then I had said to Sam, oh, there's a place where you can pick sunflowers. You should take Clarky when I go to work. And Sam was like, but we're all awake now, and we never get to do stuff, the three of us. Why don't we all just go now before you work? And I was like, okay, but we have to go like now. So we frantically all got dressed, hopped in the car, went and picked sunflowers, which was very cute, and took some cute pictures. And literally it timed out where like we got home, I changed clothes and ran out the door. Bye. I have to go. I'm going to be late. And I was. So. Worth it. Very worth it. Worth it for a little family time for sure. Like a cute family thing. You know what else? Everybody on the property was like, we're so proud of you. I got invited to have a drink with some moms. Did I tell you guys that I was going to go have a drink with some moms? I was so excited. Yeah. I know. So I got texted by a mom, and she was like, do you want to come grab a drink with a couple of us? I was like, yes. It was literally 4 of us. It was super chill. We're all like completely different types of people, totally different ages. It was really nice. It was really nice to just like, one of the other moms lived in America for a really long time, so we were talking about that. A couple of them are like much older than me, it's funny because you sort of assume that for some reason, I don't know why I assume this. I shouldn't assume this, but like if somebody has a kid that's around the same age as my kid, and I've never been led to believe that they have another child in their life, I assume they're probably around my age, you know? But one of the people that I was hanging out with yesterday was like, oh yeah, well I have a 19-year-old. And I was like, that makes a lot of sense. Holy shit. Okay, never mind. Yeah, we're different. We're living different lives. But yeah, it was really nice. It was super chill. We just hung out, had a couple drinks, talked for a while. And then I came home. And I had texted Sam being like, hey, I stayed a little late, which, you know, it was fine. It's like, hey, I stayed a little late. Hopefully you're good for bedtime, whatever else, you know. Got home and Clark was just chilling on the couch. They were both just like hanging out on the couch. And I was like, guys, why aren't we in bed? And it turns out that Sam's phone had died, so he didn't get any texts, and he completely, you know, the timeliness, like, just didn't realize what time it was at all. So Clark is just hanging out with her little Seek and Find book, just having a great old time. Sam's just chilling, you know. I was like, guys, come on, we need to be in bed. But it's fine. Staying up a little late sometimes doesn't hurt anything. Those are the best when you were a kid. It's true. If you were like, do they know what time it is? Why am I still up? Dads always let you break the rules. When we were coming back from getting sunflowers, also hi Brett. When we were coming back from getting sunflowers, Sam gave Clark a cookie and she ate it, and he was like, you want another one? And she was like, sure. And he gave her another one. And then she dropped like the last tiny bite of that cookie on the ground in the car, and he was like, oh, you should have another one. And he saw me give him like a side eye. And he was like, she's my problem. You're going to work. She's my problem. Let me give her a cookie. I was like, I didn't say shit. I didn't say anything. Moms develop a judgmental stare. We do. Yeah. Here's the thing, though, is like part of Sam and my efforts to communicate better is me saying the quiet shit out loud, right? Because I'm very like, it's not a big deal, don't make it a big deal, right? And Sam would much rather that I just like say shit, right? So if he sees anything, any sort of like flicker on my face, he's like, what? What would you like to say? Oddly enough, like having a partner, if you're a very low conflict person, having a partner who's like, do it. Just do it. Just say it. What do you want to say? Is really helpful. That's me and my husband, but I'm Sam. Go ape shit. Yeah. Yeah. What, you think I can't handle it? Show me what you got. Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Being like lovingly encouraged to start shit. Yeah. It's good. It's helpful. The other thing that Sam does sometimes is we'll be having a conversation and he'll say a thing and I'll be quiet and he'll know that there's something I want to say, but I'm not saying it. And he'll guess what it is. And he'll say it instead. And I never know what to do in that situation. If he says something and my first thought is like something shitty to respond with, and I'm like, I'm not going to say that. And then he's like, and here's what you were thinking just then, says shitty thing out loud. And I'm like, oh my God, how am I so easy to read to this man? It's 10 years in, dude. 10 years in. He knows you. He knows me very well. Yeah. I'm going through this with my partner at the moment. It's very scary, but very interesting. Which side of it are you? Are you the me side? He knows you and he has less of a filter. Sam has developed an incredible filter, to be honest. Like, I think Sam used to say things much more impulsively and realized that I'm not the sort of person, I'm not a duck, right? Like, I will cling to the little things and be like, why did he say that? You know? And there was a point early on in our relationship where I had to be like, I don't have like this weird thick skin that you think I do, you know, like you know, I'm gonna take some of these things personally and you're gonna hurt my feelings. And he's learned like what sort of things. I'm not good at the banter thing, right? That's not fun for me. It just hurts my feelings. So he's learned like not to joke with me in that way because it's not fun for me. I can't give it back is like the big problem, right? Like I don't find that back and forth fun. So it's just one-sided and then it's just mean, right? So really early on I was like, I don't like this. This doesn't make me feel good. It makes me sad. He was like, okay, noted. And you know, I think that's a big thing early on is to try and establish like, hey, this thing that you do, it really bothers me. Because if that person's like, for whatever reason, like that's a deal breaker, right? Like I can't be with somebody who can't handle the banter, which is fine if that's how you feel. But like if he felt that way, fortunately we would have had that conversation really early, you know? Sam takes it out on stream instead. Yeah. Because you guys give it as well, don't you? I can dish it out, but I can't take it. Oh no, that's almost worse. It's like, I'm going to talk a bunch of shit, but if you also respond with shit, I will cry. Yes, that is true. That happens with American and English friendships and relationships all the time. Is the friendship dynamic and the relationship dynamics are typically different. And so communication is big, is really important. Anyhow, yeah. As with most situations, communication is key, isn't it? So, it turned out. Do you remember how I was like, yeah, Sam got me different earbuds or earplugs. So they were a different type of loop. I was like, yeah, he got me loops, and he said he was getting different ones, and I'm wondering what they are. They're different loops. So he got me these ones. They're like entirely silicone, and they are so much more comfortable than the other ones, actually, which is hilarious because the other ones are like way more expensive than these ones are. These ones are like $20, I think. And the other ones were the other ones are like dampen noise like a lot. These ones don't as much. Like I can still hear people talk to me, which is nice. There's another type that they make that is meant to not warp your, like distort your own voice as much. They're like specifically for being able to still communicate with people while dampening noise. I'm really curious about those, but these are nice because I can still hear the people in my house talking to me. Do the other ones have the insert? They came with the insert, so I can take the insert out and put it in if I want. But like, yeah, they make like 3 different types. Oops. So these ones are just called quiet. They're just the quiet ones. And they're the cheapest ones, and they feel really nice in my ear, which is great. And then Experience are the ones that I got originally, and they dampen noise way more, but for some reason are not as comfortable. And I don't know if it's because I think this bit is made of metal on those. And then Engage are the ones that are supposed to help with you with like still being able to talk to people. I'm really curious about those. I have the Loop Engage Plus, and they actually do what they claim. That's great. That's so great to hear that from you, because I'm really curious if the Engage ones work. Yeah, it really bothers me too. So I think I might take the plunge because I really like these ones. They just you push them in and then you turn them. And then they like sit in your ear like that. Yeah, and they're just really soft and they're really nice. But they do distort your voice the same way as if you were like plugging your ears. So I'm very curious about the Engages. Like a key, because you turn them, yeah. I have some musician ones that block all frequencies by similar amounts. I can hear conversations pretty well, but it turns on my selective mutism switch. Me too. The sound sensitivity thing is like a big issue, especially in our house, because since we moved, especially, there are typically like a few different kids, a bunch of different people, like lawnmowers, the TV's on, Sam's watching something on his phone. Like it's too much for me a lot of times. So Yeah. So he wanted to get me different ones that weren't quite so, because I had said before, like, I really like the loops that we got me. The only issue is, even without the insert in, it feels like I just can't hear anyone talking to me. And that like makes me feel really anxious. So I can hear people talk to me with these ones at least. So that's good. Yeah, I should try the Engages. The insert, so you can get inserts that basically like do like a light noise canceling. Here, hold on, let me open it. Their little containers are so hard to open sometimes. Why? There we go. So in the circle here, basically all of the sound is getting like tubed into here, right? You can get an insert that makes that hole even smaller. Could be a bit of just getting used to how speech sounds through those. Yeah, well, that's what we're saying about the Engages, though, is that these ones, I can hear people talk, but if I talk back, it's distorted, like I'm plugging my ears. So Engage is like the same type of thing. They look the same, except made out of a different material, I think, and it doesn't distort your own voice. So you can still talk to people, but the sound is dampened. I'm very curious about that. Sam today, I can't remember if I told you guys this, but he was like, I live on a farm now. I think I should have a cowboy hat, right? And so we had talked about, like, I was like, oh, maybe I'll get you a cowboy hat for your birthday, right? So today we're walking around picking sunflowers and having a nice time, and he goes, you didn't get me a cowboy hat. It's not your birthday, Sam. He was like, well, you were just in America, so I figured if you were going to get it, you would have gotten it when you were in America. And I was like, maybe I did, Sam. It's not your birthday yet. This bitch. Surely if you're going to get a cowboy hat, you would have to go to Texas. Well, my hometown has a rodeo in it. We got hella cowboy gear in town. But the cowboy hat. Early access birthday gift. Now. You will become known as the American family. We already are. People talk to Sam sometimes and they're like, where's your accent from? And he's like, I'm from here. Almost hoping his birthday's in June. It's in September. So, like, it's really close. It's not that long to wait. Just wait, dude. Sam and my dad have the same birthday. Nice. Ba, 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 ba. Authentic cowboy hats come from Texas. All other wide-brimmed hats are just farm hats. My mom has this hat that she thinks she got in Spain like forever ago. And I was wearing it around. And I looked at Clark and I was like, is it cute? And she was like, no. And then I took a picture and sent it to Sam and I was like, is it cute? And he was like, It's like, all right, never mind. This hat does not suit me. I understand, everybody. It's a very cute hat, because a lot of like gardening hats, like woven gardening hats, are really light, and it feels like with just a small gust, it's gonna fly away, you know. And this hat I loved because it's heavy. It's all woven, but it's heavy, you know. It's like that's what I want is a woven gardening hat that is not going anywhere, you know. Yeah, you know what? Maybe I need to get a far uglier hat. Maybe I need to get a hat that is so ugly that no one would possibly think that I think I look good in it, you know? A Gabio hat? A Gabio hat would be beautiful. How dare you? A bonnet? No, thank you. Yeah. I just want a big, weird gardening hat. Ready? Big, weird gardening hat. Not nearly weird enough, guys. Not weird enough, guys. These look like perfectly normal gardening hats. It's mostly bucket hats. Boo. Hi, Nick. Surely your mom-in-law is the person to ask? No, she's like me. She doesn't wear a hat or gloves or anything outside when she goes to do gardening. Oh my God. She ripped a bunch of the nettles out of my garden bed, which is fine. She was like, I know you want nettles for things, but they're spreading to the other beds. There's a bunch of nettles behind the pig pen if you want nettles. I was like, that's fine. But she was like, yeah, I stung the shit out of my hands, but it's fine. And then there was like a piece of nettle still sitting on the ground. And she was like, oh, here's one I missed. And just grabbed it and went, fuck, I did it again. I was like, what are you doing, dude? Just stop picking shit up. Silly. A silly, lovely lady. I know. Google garish garden headwear. Okay. Garish garden headwear. Oh my goodness. None of these look like things I would wear in the Oh my God, this is good though. Holy shit, this is really good. It's from a party store, so they definitely don't intend for you to wear this in any sort of serious capacity, but like, wait a second. Okay, hold on. It wouldn't let me grab the picture. How dare they protect their intellectual property? Look at this hat. That's pretty good. This is kind of like what my mom has. But it's like really soft and like bends. Are you a real picture? No, you're not. God damn it. You're not a real picture! Okay. Sorry, you're gonna have to hear a click noise again. This is like what my mom has. This is what I put on. And my whole family was like, nope, not for you, dude. But But it's a cute sort of a thing, right? So it was this, and it was heavy, and it was really like bendy and nice, and you could tell my mom had it forever and had been wearing it forever. I was like, that's the sort of thing that I want. The ultimate garden hat. Oh, God. Not for me. What's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with the hat. There was something wrong with me wearing the hat. It was not a cute hat on me. I can accept that, but it was very comfy. It's a farm hat. Get something you love, even if others aren't fans. My mom got in Spain. I can't get that hat. If I could just get that hat, I would. Yeah, I was saying, Nick, that like I don't like wearing a straw hat that feels like a breeze is going to blow it off of my head, you know? Especially if I'm like outside doing shit. But my mom has this hat that she got in Spain that is so heavy, but it's just woven. It's all like woven materials. It's just really heavy for some reason. And I was like, I love this. I want a heavy hat like this. You live close to Spain now, though. You understand what I mean, right? If you met somebody and you were like, I love that hat, where'd you get it? And they were like, America. What do you do with that information? Even if you're in America, you're like, great. That's a fantastic place to start. Spain is really close. Yeah, it's easy to get to Spain from here. But it's still like, cool, my mom got it in Spain. Where? Where in Spain? What store? What place? What area? Where? The hat shop. Ah, of course. Da, 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 da. Spain is just like Texas, not all of the US. It's still not helpful. I'm going to start processing apples today. I'm going to make some apple butter, I think. We just have too many apples that have already come inside, and my mother-in-law's like, we got to do something with those or they're going to go bad. So I'm going to make some apple butter today, I think. And then we can taste test it. And if everybody's like, yep, tastes good, then I'll just make a shit ton of it and can it. It's literally like caramelized apple. So you just chop up apples, core and all, and you boil them for a while. And then you put them through a food mill or a food processor and just like get all of the bits out. But the core like naturally has like pectin, which gives it some like sort of like gelatin-ish aspects. It thickens it. And then you put it back on the hob and you cook it on low for like 2 or 3 hours, and it caramelizes and it gets really dark and delicious. And it's basically like a spread. It's like a jam. Would that work in a slow cooker? You could do it in a slow cooker, sure. Yeah, we want to make... Oh, God. They're so far, everything that's falling is cooking apples. The tree that makes apples that are, like, good to eat, that are just, like, sweet, nice apples, they're not falling yet. So all of the ones that we've collected are canning apples, and they're good, but they're sour. You know, they're cooking apples. So we're like, okay, applesauce, apple butter, you know, apple pie filling, that sort of stuff is what we should be doing with it. But we might be having a friend come and stay with us for a little bit. So I was like, I'm going to put him to work. I'm going to be like, hello, you're just in time. We have too many fucking apples. Here you go. Cut off the yucky bits. But I'm literally buying like, because there's so many. And we have blackberries growing on our property, we realize. So I'm like, we have to figure out what to do with the apples before the blackberries come in, which is like beginning of September, end of September, like sometime in September. So all the apples are going to fall, and then the blackberries are going to be good. And I'm like, fuck. We have to figure out what we're doing with the apples first. Welcome to the farm, hands, tools. Yeah, basically. Hello. How long would you like to stay with us? You can stay as long as you like. As long as you cut some fucking apples for me. But I got, it's not here yet, but I've bought a apple corer peeler situation because we were looking at everything going, this is going to be, and our hands are going to hurt so bad. So I just bit the bullet and got a peeler. When the kids are a tiny bit older, they'll love berry picking. They already do, actually. Clark, it's like one of Clark's favorite things in the whole world. So when we were walking around, we were just taking a little walk and walked by a bunch of bushes with like, you know, white and red berries all over it. We were like, oh my God, those are going to be blackberries pretty soon here. And she was like, let's go. Yeah, I think it would be really cute. Get like the older cousins out. Be like, pick as many as you want. Just keep picking them, dude. Don't pick the ones near the ground because animals might pee on them. I love you. Yeah, I'm going to try to go out there before all of the berries are good to go and cut back some of the brambles that are trying to like crawl out into like the walk area, because that way at least the kids will be able to get a bit closer without poking themselves. Steroid blackberries with thorns the size of talons. I don't know. They just look like normal blackberries to me. I'm not sure. When I was a kid, we put on good boots and long sleeves. Makes sense. Are blackberries actually good? Oh my God, they're delicious. If they're ripe, they're so good. My dad and I would just sit next to, because they also grow like crazy in Oregon. They're very invasive. They're like, they're a weed basically in a lot of places. But it's a weed that is, you know, giving us a thing. So we're not going to get rid of it. Yeah, they grew right next to our bridge on our property. And my dad and I would just eat them all the time. Free fruit, dude. Yeah. We're talking about maybe planting some blueberries, but blueberries take a while to sort of settle in and produce. You got a bridge. Yeah, well, I lived in the woods, so our driveway was really long, and it went over a creek. But yeah, so we're in the frantic preservation period right now. But like my mother-in-law was saying, she was like, we moved in and immediately just planted whatever we could. Um, it was just kind of like a let's see what we get out of it sort of year. It wasn't a fully planned like let's make sure that we, get food for the whole family for the winter sort of a situation. I was like, yeah, that's true. She's like, but whatever we're able to get and eat now or preserve or whatever, that's great. That's stuff that, that maybe wouldn't have worked out. So it's a making plans year. Yeah. So we were saying like we're starting to rip out some of the stuff that's not really like growing anymore. And she was like, we get the greenhouse up. We can start planting seedlings for the next season. We can start, planting stuff in the beds that are going to inject the nutrients we need into, because a lot of the soil is like the old clay from what we dug out just to save us money. So it's like a mixture of compost and like this really dense clay that is just not doing much for us. So whatever we can do to just be like, come on, sweet potatoes, whatever, to just like get some good shit in that soil is good. Bye, Nick. Clay is a pain in the butt. It really is. It's a huge pain in the butt, yeah. Does the new place feel like home? I feel comfy there. But I'm also very, very aware, and this doesn't necessarily mean a place isn't home. I think people can feel this way for like 20 years sometimes, maybe more. But I am very aware of all of the things in the house that need to be fixed. Not even like, oh, I wish that the color of these walls was different. Like, fixed, Last night the house was swelteringly hot. I was like, what is going on? It was not this hot outside. And I realized it's because Sam had turned the boiler on so that he could do dishes and didn't turn the heat back off, which is fine. We've all done it. But our boiler is hooked up in a way where if the heat is on, just to heat up the water, it also heats up all of the radiators. And we've tried to turn them off and we can't get them to turn off for some reason. So we just have to like turn the whole boiler off. It's so silly. And when the guy came out, he was like, yeah, this was set up real stupid. Whoever set this up, this makes no goddamn sense. But lucky for you, this boiler is probably only going to last another year and you'll have to replace it anyway. I was like, is that lucky? Is that lucky, sir? That in a year we have to buy a new boiler? Is that lucky? It's fine. It's fine. Sounds like a farmer's special boiler. Yeah. It's huge and it's just in the middle of the kitchen. And it's old. The guy was like, this is fucking ancient, this thing. So, yeah, we'll keep it working as long as we can while we're trying to pay everything else off and, do stuff that's more pressing, that's actually busted, like our electrics. But Moeka! I was thinking about you the other day. Yes. Yeah. It's good to know that next year that's a thing that we're going to have to get done. So living on a farm sounds great until I start hearing about the details. Yeah, there's just, if it's an old place, there's going to be stuff that needs to be fixed. And, the people that were living in it before were much older than us and probably just kind of like made do with how it was set up. I think there might have been a very like, it's worked for us this long, we don't need to change it kind of a vibe. But now we've moved in there and we're like, why the fuck? Why is everything set up like this? So we've got good news is there's a guy coming out hopefully in a few days who is going to split up the electrics. He's going to go through and clean up all of that shit and make sure that the house, the annex that my in-laws are in, and the garage are all on their own separate things. And that should fix a lot of the issues that are happening. So yeah, last time that I talked about this, somebody was like, "Oh, you can probably get like register like go online and get like a it's not a grant, that's not the right word, but they'll basically like pay you for replacing that boiler." Subsidy, yeah. Yeah, there's a whole thing that you can go on to and like fill everything out and be like, "Hi." We got money to redo all the heating and insulation in our house a few years ago. That's awesome. My mother-in-law applied for you can basically like, I don't know who you go to. But if you have property with a hedgerow, you can go to them and be like, "Hi, we'd like to build up this hedgerow more with native bushes and trees." And if they think that that is necessary or a good idea, then they'll just give you bushes and trees. And so she applied for that, and now in December or something, we have like a crazy amount of stuff that we're gonna need to plant along our hedgerow. Which is amazing. They're just giving them to us, and it'll give us way more privacy and stuff. It's great. But we were like, "Oh my God." We're going to have to plant like 30 trees. It's going to be crazy. Clark's really addicted to wind chimes. My parents have a lot of wind chimes, and she loves them. I love them too. But we don't have anything to hang them on. My mom, I think, sent us a wind chime, which was very cute. And we put it outside in like the only place that we could. And then that night, there was like it was a very windy night, I'll say. And in the morning, my mother-in-law went to Sam and was like, "Can you guys move the wind chime, please?" Because I guess it was just clanging all night long. And they were like, "I can't sleep." So, Sam, when we went to get sunflowers, he also bought, because there was a garden center nearby, so he bought like a thing that you can screw into the house with like a hanging bit. So he's like, we'll just put it on the other side of the house. It'll be fine. I've had the Stray Gods music stuck in my head. It's good music. The music from Stray Gods. It's just good, and it's stuck in my head. I won't say that every song slaps, but enough of them slap that I can confidently say I really love the music in Stray Gods. I keep replaying your VODs just to hear the songs. You can, at the very least, the like Austin Wintory Pantheon edition, the one that's like a mixture of different choices, is on Spotify. I don't know if the other albums are on Spotify, but that one is. What are we doing today? We're just hanging out. We're having a chat. We're having a chill. Da, 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 da. Everybody. There are four. There are 4 albums. So this is the one that's like a mixture, but there are 3 other albums. There's the green one, the red one, and the blue one. Am I going to play Starfield? Is that Garfield, but in space? Sorry. No, I had no plans to play Starfield. Now I want Garfield in space. Me too. Lasagna Galaxy. I would play a game called Lasagna Galaxy. Action role-playing game from Bethesda. No, I don't really know anything about it. Sleeveless shirt, hair slicked back. I'm watching Grease. When I went to help, I was helping Nancy put insulation in her house. And I came out, and I had been wearing a hat all day. So my hair was like this, like fully all the way back. I had sunglasses on because I couldn't find my like protective glasses. So I had big old sunglasses on. My hair slicked back like this, and like, you know, clothes that I didn't care if they got totally fucked up. And Sam was like, you look very Yakuza right now. I was like, is that good? He was like, you look a little greasy. Thank you. I don't think it's good, but thank you. Yeah, tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. Well, yeah, tomorrow. Tomorrow's Monday. Yeah, tomorrow. The plan is to hop into Shadow Gambit when we can. Which is out now, I think. Yes, it is. So yeah, I think we plan to play Shadow Gambit next week, which is exciting. People were saying it's about 30 hours long, which is like the upper limit of what I'm down to try playing, to be honest. So we've got that. There are a couple of other games that came out that I really wanted to try. So we might do a couple days of Shadow Gambit and then, a couple chatty streams and filter in some other games. We'll see. Yeah, my kid has no childcare for the next couple of weeks. So we're going to have to adjust the time stuff for me. I'm going to say most likely I won't be starting as early as I normally do. I'll probably be starting maybe around 1, maybe around like the time that I started today. Just to give Sam some time to sleep. Sam and I are the childcare, yes. So she has childcare, it's just her parents, which is fine. So it might be like a 1 to 5:30 sort of a thing. And if we're able to get, someone to take her for a little bit, then I might be able to start earlier, but our default expectation for the next 2 weeks I think should be a 1 p.m. start. So I'll put that on our schedule when I post it, but the animals can look after her. She's been spending a lot more time outside, just like independently, which I'm so happy for. That's so great. She's getting a bit more comfy, just like, she loves rocks. And she was like, I want somebody to go looking for rocks with me. And I was like, but you could go looking for rocks, because we were all working on stuff. It's like, you could go looking for rocks and then you get to come back and show us all the cool rocks you found. And she was like, that's true. So she just trotted off and found a bunch of rocks and came back and showed them all to us. And we were like, wow, what cool rocks. They announced a new Peppa Pig game. Midwinter Lily, you always know. You always know about the Peppa games. Peppa Pig's Surprise Party is launching Q1 of 2024. Oh, thank God, it's so far away. I was wondering if you miss anything strange from the States. People ask that a lot. It's mostly the food. I miss the food a lot, but I'm nervous and hyped for more Peppa, as you should be. That is the correct reaction. Neon Divide had their first episode of 3.5. I wasn't able to join, but it sounds like it went well. We can start mentally preparing for another part of the Now Peppa trilogy. We never finished, did we? We never finished the World Traveler game. But seriously, were the rocks cool? Yeah, she's found some cool rocks, dude. It's also very cute because she'll try and find rocks that are like people's favorite colors. So she'll be like, Mommy, I found an orange rock. It's for you because it's your favorite color. And I'm like, thank you. I know. I don't know what it is about rocks. Kids love rocks. Because they rock. That's fair. I remember being obsessed with cool rocks at her age. Yeah, I was asking my mom if my dad's rock tumbler was still around, and they were like, "Yeah, for sure." So I'm gonna get them to set that up. If they can find all the bits for it, I'm gonna get them to set that up for when we get there in October. I still love cool rocks. I still love cool rocks. A friend's partner is a geologist and he's built an earthquake detector in their back garden. That's pretty tight. Clark likes to collect acorns. Somebody mentioned that their sibling would collect acorns. Clark likes to collect acorns and then draw faces on them. I remember as a kid, we often drove to a lake in Italy, where we collected all kinds of rocks at the shore, often meeting once a year. We have a book that was one of my books from when I was a little kid called At the Market. I'm going to see if I can find a picture of it, actually. At the Market kids book. Oops. Old. Oh my gosh. Oh no, there's too many. There's too many books about going to the market now. I bet if I really took my time I could find it. But it's a book that's literally like a collection of short stories surrounding a market just in the middle of nowhere. So there's like three main characters. One of them is a farmer, one of them is a fisherman, and one of them is like a handy woman named Miss Boxhammer, who is obviously Clark's favorite character. And it's the three of them just like doing little stuff around the market. And it's really cute. And I read it when I was a little kid, and now Clark likes to read it. But in one of the short stories is the fisherman going, I really want to branch out and offer another thing at my stall. I want to start offering sandboxes, but getting the sand is so expensive. And the farmer's like, don't worry about that, dude. We'll just go down to the lake and just put a bunch of sand in my truck. It's free sand. And then you can just use that sand in your sandboxes. And every time I read that, I think to myself, that's not good. That's not a good idea. But that's what they do. And he makes a lot of money off of his sandboxes. One of the stories is Miss Boxhammer keeps helping everybody else out with stuff at their stalls, right? She builds the fisherman guy's name is Finney, I think. She builds Finney a bunch of different types of traps for things, and she winds up being the one who builds all of the sandboxes and whatever else, right? She likes to build stuff. And then there's a whole story where she's like, I want to figure out something that I can do for myself, right? Like I want to do a thing that's just my own. And I remember as a kid being like, awesome, Miss Boxhammer, what are you going to do for yourself? This is so exciting. She's like so capable. She knows how to build so much shit. This is going to be great. And the whole story, it's really cagey about what she's doing. Like boxes keep showing up and she keeps like working in the workshop, but with the door closed and locked so no one can get in there and see what she's doing. And the whole time you're like, what's it going to be? You will never in a million years guess what this person who exclusively is like a carpenter what she decides to do is her business. She sells hot dogs. She opens up a hot dog stand. Why? Why? It'll never, ever make sense to me. That will never, ever make sense to me. Like, okay. And they establish in the story that she is buying the buns and buying the hot dogs, right? So this isn't like she's decided, like, I don't know. It seems so out of left field for a character who's like, my whole thing is being a carpenter. I love building things. I love making blueprints. Like, this is my shit. And then she's like, and now I'm opening a hot dog stand. It's so weird. No, she's not making any, like, well, like, I don't want to make it sound like, you know, a person who owns a hot dog stand where they buy all of the ingredients, that there's anything wrong with that. There isn't. But like, if this is like an old-timey market, like a farmer's market, and your whole thing is building stuff, I don't understand. Why the hot dog stand? Why does that wind up being like her thing, you know? Spoilers. I'm very sorry. She wanted to branch out, I guess. In the story, it just seems very like, I make stuff for everybody else. I want to make something for me. I'm like, what did you make, though? What did you make, though? It's okay. Anyhow, At the Market, which you apparently can't find anymore, but is a cute book. It's cute because the farmer's name is Mac, and he very much like acts like a dad to everybody and takes sort of a backseat role and, you know, helps everybody else out with their stuff. And at the end, spoilers, at the very end of the book, the very last story is them deciding who's going to be the person who runs the market is stepping down. And all of the people who own a stall can vote on who they think is the most capable to run the market. And they vote Mac. And Mac shows up to the market late. So he finds out after everybody else has already like voted and it's already been counted. So he shows up and they're like, Mac, you run the market now. And he's like, what? And it's so cute. Some of the shit in that book doesn't make any sense, but it's, you know, it's very cute. Hi, Lena. That's crazy. Kids' books be like that. Yeah, everything just works out. If this was real life and Max showed up and was like, but I don't want to do that. But it's a kid's book, so that's not what happens. Max just like, this is the happiest day of my life, you know. It's called At the Market. It's a really, really old book. I have no idea how I got it, but I've had it since I was little, so I don't know. It's at least 34 years old. Hi, but probably older than that. A lot of my books were hand-me-downs from my brother, so it might have also belonged to my brother. I don't know. If it was real life, they would have re-voted because he was late. Nah, if you don't show up to vote, oh well. Yeah, I mean, it's like they really make it seem like the market is Mac's whole life. So it makes sense for them to be like, this guy loves the market more than he would love his firstborn baby, so we might as well give it to him. You know? Oh, I have messages from my love. Oh. Sam can't find his phone. That's not good. None of us are that into the market to BH. We have work-life balance. Yeah. The rest of us, we're doing shit. We have a life. But not Mac. Might as well be Mac. The book is from 1967 by Sullivan and D.H. Buchanan. Is it? That's it! Oh my gosh, you found it. This is the book. That's it. That's the literal book that I have right here. At the market. It's cute. This one is Sully. Is that his name? And this one is Mac. And Miss Boxhammer didn't get to be on the cover. We won't speculate about why that is. I'm kidding. She shows up like halfway through the book. Sorry, more spoilers. She was busy selling hot dogs. No, she wasn't. She's selling hot dogs at the end of the book. Before that, she's building shit. She a carpenter. You should read the book to us on stream. I could do that. When we do our readathon. God, we've been planning the readathon for so long. I need to just commit and do it. Does she build the hot dog cart? No. She uses a pre-existing stall. It's fine. She needed a break. She wanted something new. It's fine. She threw her whole life away. Honestly, the book is very much like a hustle culture book. It's that fisherman dude being like, okay, I've got fish, but what else can I do? Sandboxes. Okay, I've got fish and sandboxes. What else can I do? The farmer down the road has ducks. I'm going to ask if I can capture some of his ducks because they're not actually his. They just hang out there. I'm going to see how he feels about me capturing ducks and selling ducks. I'm going to sell ducks now. All right, now I've got a stew going, right? I'm selling lots of shit. Mac doesn't need to do that because he sells all of his farm stuff. Mac's not hustling. Where's the business synergy? There's none. There's none. But everybody in the book is like, sandboxes and fish? What are you, a genius? That's a great idea. No, I don't know how else to stress this. None of the things that they show, I feel like I'm being really mean to Miss Boxhammer now, but like none of the things that they show when she's like, this is going to be my thing. I'm going to sell hot dogs. None of the things that they show involved in the hot dog situation. None of those things are made of wood. None of those things are built by her. It's a cooktop. It's a cooktop with hot dogs on it, bags of hot dog buns, and tongs, and then condiments, and that's the whole thing. And she's at a pre-existing stall that we've seen for the whole book so far. It's fine. She didn't want to build anything. It's fine. She just wanted to do hot dogs. Do hot dogs, girl. I don't know why we would spend all this time establishing who Miss Boxhammer is and how smart she is, and then have finally one chapter in the whole book that's about Miss Boxhammer, and it's about her being like, I'm going to do something for myself, and she doesn't. She makes hot dogs? I'm getting mad about it now. It's fine. Yeah, she just wanted to turn her brain off and make some hot dogs. And that's fine. It's just in the context of the book, it's the only chapter about Miss Boxhammer. We didn't write the book. Stop yelling at us. I'm very sorry. When do we contact the author? Are they still making shit? That's the big question. There's a trend going on TikTok right now. This is because everybody's like, you should make your own at the market fanfic. This is why I thought of it. There's a trend going on TikTok right now where people are stitching a person who said, like, what's one, like, really inconsequential, like, simple thing that you did that completely changed the trajectory of your life? And one of them was really wholesome, and it was this person like, yeah, I read this really niche fanfic, and I was feeling kind of like, you know, uncreative and, you know, I just wanted to like do something silly. So I made fan art for this fanfic and sent it to the artist, and we started talking, and now we're married. And I was like, what? That's so cute. That's so wild. Yeah. Yeah, some of them are terrible. Some of them are like, yeah, I did this thing that really shouldn't have mattered, but at the time it really did matter, and it like fucked me up forever. And those ones are not fun. But the ones that are like, yeah, I did this like totally normal, simple little thing, but something really great happened and, changed my whole life. Those ones are nice. I joined a random art contest one time and now I'm married to another contestant. Amazing. Very cute. I should join more contests. Yeah, guys. Your meet cute is just one weird thing away. Technically, I'm married because you had a community Minecraft server. That's also very cute. This is the second time this week I've heard meet cute. It's a term. It's a pretty common term. Do you still have a community Minecraft server? I don't think so. I don't think we maintain it anymore. No, we do not, says Free. Thank you for the confirmation. I'm learning Minecraft and it's so fun. Clark found a Minecraft Steve plushie at the store the other day, and I had said the second we walked in, FYI, we're not getting a toy today. She was like, got it. She saw this plushie and picked it up and was like, Mommy, it's the Minecraft man. I was like, yep, it sure is. Can you please put him back? And she was like, no, I'm buying him. And I was like, with what money, homie? What do you mean? So she walked around the whole store with Minecraft Steve. And the whole time I was like, and we know that we're not buying that, correct? We're on the same page here, that's not going home with us. And she was like, yeah, I just want to carry him around. And she finally put him back. Surely you must make an exception for Steve Minecraft. No, I'm very I feel like most of the time I don't say you can pick one thing out today or no, we're not getting anything today. I'm normally not that cut and dry about it. It's just if she finds a thing and she's interested in getting it, she part of her learning and being really interested in maths, I figured okay, well, I'll start teaching her to look at the prices of things, right? So typically if something is within a certain price range, we'll, potentially be sure, why not? Because she doesn't ask for stuff all the time. But I was like, today, there's too many things to grab, and we're trying to grab them quickly. We're not getting a toy, right? And I feel like if I'm going to say that, I have to stick with it. Because otherwise, every other time in the future that I'm like, no toy today, she's going to be like, but last time you said no toy, we got a toy. So, So if I'm gonna say no toy, I kind of have to stick to it, Beep beep. Yeah, what we do a lot of the time, for some reason, she just like really loved this thing, so she just kept walking around with it. But what works for us a lot of times, in case this is something you want to steal, we've talked about this before, but we take pictures of everything that she likes. If she's like, oh my gosh, I really love this, and I'm like, well, we can't get anything today. Would you like us to take a picture of it so that we remember it? She'll be like, sure, and she'll pose with it, and we'll take a picture, and it's so easy for her to walk away from it then. But Minecraftman, she was like, it's the boy from Minecraft. My niece's father gets her a toy every time he goes shopping, and it's ended up being really problematic. Does she like get really pissed if a toy doesn't come home with him? We have a somewhat similar situation to that we're sort of like trying to work through, in that it's not toys, it's car snacks. It started being that like every time we would pick her up from school, there would be a snack in the car. And if there wasn't a snack in the car, she would start crying. And so now sometimes I just purposefully don't bring a snack. Not because I want my child to suffer, but because I need her to just be chill about the fact, like, we're going home, dude. It's fine. You will get a snack when we get home. It's not like, please, you know? Food at the same time every day trains your body to get hungry at that time. Well, it wasn't even that, because sometimes, like, she would, because it also used to be like she would bring a snack in the car if we were like going somewhere. That was a Sam. I feel like that was a Sam. Maybe I shouldn't put that on him. I'm sure that I like supported it in some way. But like she would eat a full meal and then we'd be like, great, let's hop in the car and go do our thing. And she'd be like, but where's my snack? Like, you just ate, actually, homie. So we're not bringing a snack. Anyway, it's all part of the like thinking past the moment that you're in, you know? Kids have a hard time with that. Think like being able to think, I don't have my snack now, but I will get my snack in 10 minutes, or I don't have my snack now and that's okay, we're eating a full meal soon, you know, or whatever. A savory or sweet snack? I don't know. It depends on the day. I played that song, Adrift. I played that for Clark. And the second it started, she heard like 2 lines of it and she looked at me and goes, Mommy, is this a sad song? I was like, I guess it's kind of sad. And she was like, I don't want to listen to a sad song. I said, okay, never mind. Never mind, we'll play a different thing. That's totally fine. Because, you know, kids take things really literally. So when they're listening to a song or something and it's a metaphor, a drift is a metaphor, right? It's describing like, you know, I feel my life right now feels like being in a boat with with no sail and no breeze, and I have no direction, right? Like I don't know what I'm doing with my life. I feel lost. But Clark took it literally as like, this is a song being sung by a person in a literal boat in the middle of the ocean with no sail. And it's hard to explain to a kid, like, she's not actually in the boat, you know. Stray Gods felt like a Dodger VO game. It's not. It's fully voice acted. So I didn't do any VO, but I had a lot of opinions on the characters. Oh, I see. Oh, that's very sweet. That's a very sweet thing to say. The thing that Clark still has a hard time understanding is if she's watching a video and there's like a cut edited in, right? Like there's like something's happening, a person's doing a thing, and then it cuts to them doing something else. She doesn't fully understand like how that happened, and we've tried to explain like editing software to her and stuff before. The other one is voiceover. There's a YouTuber called Minori that she loves to watch. She does a lot of like art creative stuff, who's based in Japan. She's very cute. She does a lot of really cute stuff, and you know, Clark loves a DIY, so loves watching Minori. And Minori will occasionally do like she's working on a thing and her voice is happening at the same time. And Clark will be like, how come it's moving so fast? I'm like, oh, they probably took the video and sped it up, right? So that they could get the whole thing in. And she was like, but her voice is normal. So how did she talk while making this? And her voice sounds normal, but in the video, it's really fast. I'm like, oh, well. She's 5. Yeah, she just talked really slowly, honey. Yeah, she's a smart kid. She has a little plastic. Again, these are the sort of things that, like, if you're not around kids this age super often, you'd be like, yeah, doy. She has a plastic ball, and then another plastic ball that like pops in half. And she would put the ball inside of one half of the other ball, right? And I offhandedly was like, oh, you should find the other half and then see if you can get the one on the outside to close. And she was like, Mommy, look at it. It's not going to close. This half is bigger than this half. I was like, okay. Those moments where you're like, it would be a fun experiment. And she's like, I don't need to do that experiment. I have eyeballs. Like, okay, never mind. She has sort of a mishmash accent. People comment on her accent all the time. And I really hope that it doesn't make her feel insecure about how she talks. Most of the time, if people bring up how she says something, she's like, yeah, well, I'm American. So I guess, she feels confident saying that, which is good. Like when she got glasses, I've said this before, but she got glasses and she went to school, and the very first day when she came back, she was like, Mommy, everybody says glasses different from me. And I was like, yeah. She's like, yeah, everybody says glasses, but I want to say glasses because that's how I say it. And I was like, that's fine. You can just say it glasses then. So she definitely notices when she says something super differently from other people, you know? Yeah, or when the teacher, when Clark said, yeah, we're going to the grocery store. And the teacher was like, oh, we don't call it grocery store here. And she was like, I do. You tell him, girl. Yeah, I love that. I love that she's like, this is how I say things. What's the big deal? That's good. That confidence makes me happy. Yeah, we don't call it a grocery store. You mean you don't call it a grocery store? That's also a good response. That feels like an older kid response, though. Dodger's accent and Sam's attitude. Yeah. Sam and I had a funny moment where we were talking about how dramatic Clark is because she'll like, if she's having a rough day, and maybe this is very age appropriate, but like it just makes us laugh. Like, say that, you know, she's got her cup and she's trying to unscrew the top, and she'll try to unscrew it once and can't open it when like a split second go, ugh, I can't get it open and I'll never get it open. Right? It just like goes to an extreme immediately. And Sam and I, the other day, she was doing that and I was like, oh, she's so dramatic. I love it. And then Sam goes, yeah, I wonder who she got that from. And we both gave each other a look. Obviously, both of us being like, you, right? It was like that fucking newlywed game. The Spider-Man meme, literally. You? So I don't know. Maybe we're both dramatic and we've just doomed her. Potentially. All right. Let's wrap up. Thank you guys very much. We talked a lot about some changes that we'd like to make to the like Saturday afternoon, Sunday afternoon DOOGER whenever it happens on the weekend. How to make it more like community oriented. I still plan on doing that. Just kind of putting it off until we're in the new office when we're sort of settled and everything. But yeah, I just wanted you guys to know that I still plan to do that. Let's open up Raid Leader. If anybody would like to suggest a person, I'm going to read off the activity feed. This? Yeah, I think Ravenbound sent that to us. When does the new schedule happen? The starting at 1 tomorrow. My kid has No nothing right now. Just me and Sam. So, yes, they are starting at 1 next week. I will be posting a schedule. Where are you? There you are. Jerry Reg, thank you for the gifted sub. Kuchi Kireko for the 31. Wine Crimes for the 3. Asher Lee for the 84. Happy 7 years. Mwah. Thank you very much. That was weird. That was like a thank you and also a blow kiss. Strange. Anywho, thank you for the 7 years. I appreciate it. Sromi, thank you for the 64. Michaelanio for the 66. Tiger Girl for the 14. Clarity for the 39. Nick for the 85. Jay Corsair for the 31. Natera for the 32. Xander Prime for the 51. Chiyuku, thank you very much for all the gifted subs. I appreciate that. Twigbot, thank you for the 26. Zork the Mini for the 27. James Wargle for the 85. Raspberry Knight for the 82. Sandwich for the 78. And Chris V for the 2 years. Happy anniversary. Thank you very much for the support and the love. Will you be adding more pictures to your wall behind you? No, this is the old house. I will be ditching this house. I will be leaving this house with gusto and not coming back. If by that you were asking, will you actually have a background at the new house? Yes, there will actually be shit behind me at the new house. Is there any time through? Where am I sending you? We'll go say hi to Amazonian. Bam. Go say hi. Spread love, spread joy. I'll see you guys around. Thank you so much. Starting tomorrow, 1 p.m. streams, BST. And I will post that in our schedule. So check the schedule channel in our Discord to see what the plan is for this week. Okay? Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.